We are live. Dodgers lineup after the Freddie Freeman signing is what we are talking about tonight. If you're brand new here, welcome. My name is Jeff Bates. Dole Whip Dad is this channel. Lots of baseball content, a lot of sports content, Disney content, leadership content, how to grow on YouTube content, creator talk kind of stuff on Sunday nights. This is going to be more and more the content during the baseball season, though. Baseball talk right here. My last name is Bates, so Batesball tonight is probably what I'm going to call it. Kind of corny, but it's my name. Blame my mom. Anyway, we've got stuff to talk about. Freddie Freeman is in the fold in LA. They probably had one of the better lineups already. They clearly have, well, the best lineup now. Probably the best lineup. I don't know. I'd have to think that through, I suppose. But let's take a look. This is nuts. Let's share the screen here for you so you guys can see what I'm going to be looking at. This lineup is stacked. Like, seriously, do I say Murderers Row 61 Dodgers stacked? Check out this lineup. It is got to be scary to be a pitcher in the NL West right now. Leadoff hitter Mookie Betts. Many people say he's the best player in baseball. That is lethal. Freddie Freeman joins. Now, this is just a projected lineup. I don't know who's going to hit where. Dave Roberts is notorious. Is that the word? Certainly likes to spread out the positions. He doesn't look for 9 guys, 9 spots every night. Come to the ballpark, you know where you're at. Not at all. So Mookie Betts leading off seems likely. Freddie Freeman in the 2-hole, maybe so. I think Trey Turner's going to be in the 2-hole, but I might be wrong. So Mookie Betts hitting 1, Freddie Freeman hitting 2, Trey Turner hitting 3. Trey Turner could be the guy to win the batting title this year. I mean, why not? Hey, Mark Brown. Hey, Magic the Mouse Radio. Bill's in the house. Mark's in the house. I am so good. I hope you're having a great day, buddy. I certainly am. Going to be a good day for a while as a Dodger fan. So anyway, those are the top 3. Betts, Freeman, Turner. Let me know in the chat if you disagree with that. I think that Turner might hit 2 a lot. I can see Turner hit leading off a lot. Betts could be in the 3-hole. You really could do anything here. What they don't want to do is they don't want to have Muncy and Freeman next to each other, and Bellinger, for that matter, next to each other. So I like where they've got him here, 2, 5, and 9, but we'll see. In the 4-hole, you got Justin Turner. In the 5-hole, you got that Muncy playing second base or DHing. Then you've got Will Smith, the catcher, hitting in the 6th-hole. AJ Pollock in left. Chris Taylor at DH or second base. You can really flip-flop positions with Muncy and Taylor in this lineup, hitting 8th and then Bellinger in 9th. I don't agree with this lineup. This is just one of the many lineups that I saw out there. I think Bellinger is going to be more likely the 7-hitter. Taylor, Pollock being 8 and 9. I just do. We'll see. I also think Betts and Turner are both great leadoff hitters. If they were both out, you could even put Taylor and Pollock up there. That's a pretty potent lineup. I think it's insanely potent. I'm going to be excited to see what they decide to do with that. It'll be interesting. Before we go anywhere else, I want to talk about a couple of things. We've got 2 other shows for you tonight. In about 45 minutes or so, this show is going to probably be 20, 30 minutes at the most, just talking about the Dodgers lineup. How much more can we talk about? We're going to talk about it a little bit more here and go into the depth a little bit more. And then I'll be on NFL, Inside the Huddle, NFL Talk over on Pete McDevitt's channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be talking all kinds of football. Brady's back. We got rule changes. We got overtime rule changes. We got the Chargers making some signings. We've got the Cowboys making some signings. Let's be real. The whole league's doing all kinds of stuff. Von Miller's in Buffalo. We've got lots to talk about. That'll be over on Pete McDevitt's channel. And that show goes an hour to an hour and a half. And then we're going to come back here. And I've got a show ready and queued up. Do Major League Baseball players get paid too much? Do Major League Baseball players' contracts exceed what they should be making compared to the revenue that comes in? If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I have a strong opinion on this, and it's going to be clear. Hey, here for a moment, what's going on? It's going to be clear what I think pretty quickly, but I will prove it with data on why the players are, ready for it, underrated, underpaid. Mark Brown says Mookie Betts is a player's player. I love Mookie. Throws 300 games in bowling and hits 300 in Major League Baseball. Got married this year in the offseason. I think he's likely going to have a big year this year, and I'm very, very, very excited about it. Mark Brown says absolutely not. Make what you are worth. Amen. So again, tonight's show Inside the Huddle over on Pete McDevitt's channel is coming up here in about 40 minutes. I'll be one of the co-hosts over there or whatever guest. Well, I'll be on the show. That'll be great. Then we'll go about 2 hours after that start. We'll go back on my channel. And we will be talking about players' contracts, how much money is coming in. And we're going to get pretty nerdy. So we're going to look at television revenues, all right? National television revenues, how much the teams get to keep, how much they have to share with the other teams. Local revenues, how much they get to keep, how much they have to share with the other teams, how much of the money from the other local contracts, what is there, 32 teams, right? How much from the other local contracts do they get? We'll look at those totals, and then we'll look at how much the players are getting out of that. It'll be interesting argument, conversation, whatever. And I'll be excited to do that tonight. Or, hey, Nathan, what's going on? And that'll be here on Dole Whip channel. Again, Inside the Huddle, we're talking football over on Pete McDevitt's channel. But back tonight, we're going to be talking about revenue and are the players worth it? Please come check that out. Again, Freddie Freeman signing in LA. I've been seeing all over social media, the rich getting richer. Everybody's going to win because they just buy the players. My team can't win because the LA Times had an interesting article today basically saying, yeah, if you're mad because the Dodgers got Freddie Freeman, you should be mad at your owner, not ours. And that's what I think. That's exactly what I think. But that'll be the second show. So let's get back to this lineup. This is a murderer's row. Again, I'm going to kick it off just like we did in the beginning. If you were here for the beginning, it's going to be basically a restatement. Oh, Mark Brown, thank you so much. Super chat from Mark Brown, my new friend, new member of the channel. So happy baseball's back. Oh my gosh, Mark, you and me both. I'm a happy guy anyway. I'm always happier on opening day. I was a little grumpy February and March. Canceled a trip to spring training out in Arizona. Mark Brown, $4.99 super chat. So happy baseball is back. You just made my day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. And it's interesting with the channel. Hey, Adventures by D, doing a little bit of a curveball on my channel. So my, the numbers are down because I'm going from Disney. I'm still doing Disney content, but I'm moving over to baseball. So it's always nice to get a little encouragement on that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I lost my train of thought, Mark. You threw me a curveball. Appreciate it. Nico says, maybe I will go watch the Brewers beat the Dodgers tomorrow. You must be in Arizona, buddy. Nico the Grail. That's right. You told me that before. So I had a friend. So my work, I teach classes. We have a homeschooling co-op and I teach classes. And Fridays are the busiest of, it's weird. Fridays used to be my least busy day, like a lot of people. Now it's by far my most busy day. And so I'm in class we get there about 8:30 and then we're not out of about 3. Not that I'm in class that whole time, but I'm teaching classes. And anyway, long story short, had an opportunity, a buddy's got a hotel room. All I would have to do is get tickets and a plane ride out there. Almost bit the bullet and went out to Arizona this weekend, but it would have been too much money for not enough time. But anyway, I miss spring training baseball. I'm going to hopefully go out next year. We used to go out every year, me and a couple buddies. Nico, if you go, all of that to say, Nico, if you go, make sure you let me know how it was. Take some pictures. I love it. Brewer in Maryvale, is that where Milwaukee is, or in Peoria? Let me know which one you go to. Here for a moment, also a member of the channel, by the way. Thank you for that. Royals will win the World Series. Don't at me. You did get Greinke, right? You got the best offensive season in the history of catchers last year from Sal Perez, who I thought was on the way down. He really had some pretty bad injuries. Wow, what did he hit? 47? How many home runs did he hit last year? Let's pull it up. Sal Perez home runs last season. Ooh, my computer's hot. That's not good. 48. Bam. 48 bombs from the great defensive veteran Sal Perez. That's pretty good. And Greinke's back. And your prediction, not so much. Will the Royals win the World Series this year? Let me know in chat. No, they won't. But here for a moment, I'm rooting for you to have a fun season. Who plays better over the life of their contract? Freeman. Oh, that's a great question, D. Adventures by D asks, really, really good. Hey, Valhalla, what's up, Dole Whip Dad? What's up? He says, Valhalla. Guys, you need to check out Valhalla. If you like sports content, he goes live. Well, Dodgers games. He's a Vikings fan. Apparently, he likes the turning left really fast stuff of NASCAR. So I popped in the other day, Valhalla. I love that. Great graphics, by the way. So go check out. He's my buddy. Big Dodgers fan. If you're a Dodgers fan, you're my people. So he's my people. Anyway, The question that was asked, though, let me go back to it. Where did it go? There it is. It's on my screen. Who plays better over the life of their contract, Freeman or Olsen? Probably Matty Olsen. I think the Braves, honestly, improved over last year's first base situation. That is saying a lot. Here's why I say that. Matty Olsen's got a better glove than Freeman. Freeman's a great defensive first baseman. Olsen's better. Also, Freeman is 33, I think, right? I know Matt Olsen's 27. I don't know why I know that, but I mean, he's been in the news lately. So Matt Olsen, Freddie Freeman. Now, Olsen will hit more bombs, right? Freeman will probably have a lot better average, right? So it depends on what you want. If I could be, so if my Dodgers, right? If I could have anybody I wanted on the contract, I'd probably rather have Matt Olsen. But I'm not sad I have Freddie Freeman. The Shredder, the MLB Network show, where I don't watch the Shredder show very much, but it's the top 10. I kind of know what I'm talking about. I don't totally know what I'm talking about here. It's the top 10 players at each position. Kenny May, or not Kenny May. What's this guy's name? Whatever. Their stats guy over there has a show where they have their top 10 all the positions. I like to check out what they do. I happened to catch the tail end of his first baseman the other day. They had Freeman number 1 at first base, Vlad Guerrero number 2, and then Olsen 3. So here's the thing. You lose the number 1 first baseman in the league, who's 6 years older than Olsen, but you take on the 3rd first baseman and you save that money. I think the Braves win that deal. That said, as a Dodger fan, I am stoked beyond measure. Now, I didn't enjoy Jock Peterson going over to San Francisco at all, because I really like Jock Peterson. And there's a couple other Dodgers going some other places too, but going to the San Francisco Giants is like sticking a knife in my heart, because if you're a Giants fan in the chat, whether it be the New York Giants or the San Francisco Giants, you're not my people. but stick around. I'm glad you're here. Movie Mania Nick, my buddy Movie Mania Nick, will be on my show about a week and a half from now or so for the Oscars, where we're going to do a movie night. He's my go-to guy for movies. Me and a couple other people are going to be going live. That'll be fun. Nick, I'll send you that email probably this weekend, but that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Maryville is where the Brewers play. They play at Dodgers tomorrow. So you'll be in Peoria. That is a beautiful ballpark. If you've been out to spring training before, in Arizona, Peoria, so nice. Well, I'm sorry. I'm saying Peoria, where San Diego and Seattle is. I don't know why my brain's saying that. It's Glendale, where LA is. The Dodgers are in Glendale. They share with the White Sox. And then in Peoria, which I was saying, I don't know why Seattle and San Diego is, but Maryville is where the Brewers are exactly. I see too many holes in that lineup. Hope we can win 20 games this year. So let's find the holes for Valhalla. Is it Mookie Betts? No. Is it Freddie Freeman? No. Trey Turner? I'm picking him to win the batting title this year. Dodgers don't have many batting title winners. A lot of foul ground. They don't have many, but I'm picking Trey this year. Justin Turner, don't think he's going to be a hole. I don't think you're going to be our 4-hitter either. If tell you what, how about Belly in the 4-hole having a year like he's supposed to? How about that? Muncy in the 5-hole, Will Smith at 6. You have Austin Barnes there now then. And again, when Austin Barnes catches, he'll probably end up being the 9-hitter, but that's a whole nother conversation. AJ Pollock in left, Chris Taylor at DH or in second. And then they got Belly in center. There's no holes there, Valhalla. No holes at all. I'm hoping, I know he's a bit younger. So Adventures by D, thinking about the Matt Olson thing. That's good company, top 3, exactly. Again, it's just the Shredder. Who knows? But I don't disagree that it's certainly close, if not exact, to Freeman number 1, Vlad number 2, Matt Olson number 3. Now, you can really put Vlad number 1 if you're just looking at last year. Wow, was that a good year. Big fan of his daddy. Big fan of Vlad Guerrero. This is Vlad Guerrero Jr. for me always. But I'll tell you what, a couple spring trainings ago, there was a video, just one of those Instagram videos of Vlad Jr. in the batting cage, mashing. I think it was the year that he made the team for the first time. The sound off of his bat. Beautiful thing to hear, beautiful thing to behold. So I'm glad he's having a good year. Or a good career. I was worried that his glove wasn't going to get him there, but it appears he's just fine. Blaine from Rally Creative in the house. What's going on, my man? Hope you're having a great day. Cannot wait, Jeff. Oh, good, buddy. I am so excited about it. This year, I don't think I know as much about the movies as I normally. I go to a lot of movies, but we're going to do it. It'll be fun. It'll be on the Wednesday night that precedes the Oscars, so like a week and a half or I don't know. I hope it's a week and a half. Maybe it's next week. Whatever. The Wednesday before the Oscars weekend is when we'll be doing that. That'll be a lot of fun. Valhalla says there are parts of Glendale that would scare the roughest LA gangbangers. Really? Glendale, Arizona? Place can be a war zone after 10 p.m. I've hung out there a little bit. I mean, it's been about, well, I guess it's been about a decade because I've lived out here in Texas for about a decade. I haven't gone to Arizona for spring training since I lived out here. So I guess it's been a little more than a decade. So, wow, Glendale, Arizona was on my places I most wanted to live someday. Are you telling me it's really bad now? Obviously, I wanted to live because my Dodgers were in spring training. They've got Super Bowls there. Maybe Valhalla's thinking of Glendale era, the roughest you must be thinking of Glendale, SoCal, scare the roughest LA gangbangers. Yeah. Okay, there. So it's Glendale or Arizona that we're talking about. Throwing me off. So back to the lineup. Mookie Betts, batting title potential, MVP potential. Freddie Freeman, MVP potential. He just won one 2 years ago. Trey Turner, MVP potential, batting title potential. Justin Turner, I love him. He's not going to win any big awards this year. Max Muncy could lead the league in home runs. I don't think he will, but he could. Will Smith, one of the top 2 or 3 offensive catchers in the game. AJ Pollock, above plus WAR kind of player. Chris Taylor, above plus WAR kind of player. Cody Bellinger, potential MVP candidate. Obviously, last year wasn't so good. That is an awesome lineup. I'm excited about it. I don't see any holes. I think even when you make a couple moves, if you got the backup catcher in there, Austin Barnes, you're still in good shape. You got your fourth outfit. We didn't even talk about Edwin. We got a lot of good depth. Edwin Rios could be a masher. He could end up playing third. If Turner gets hurt or doesn't produce, I think Edwin Rios ends over at third. Obviously, people think of Edwin Rios as our first baseman right now, but he came up as a third baseman. There's some depth here. And by the way, and again, Dodgers heavy. It's not every show will be about the Dodgers, but lots of my shows will be about the Dodgers. There's news out about Trevor Bauer. Did you hear? Weekend adventures with Matt in the house. What's going on? I see you change your name a little bit. I like it. I think that I don't need to find it for you to read it to you. Did I have it up here? I might have it up here. No, I don't. Trevor Bauer, they extended Trevor Bauer's administrative leave or suspension or whatever it is till out past opening day. His agent, I think it was his agent, I believe it was agent, came out with a statement saying Trevor's, how did they put it? Doing everything he needs to do for the Major League Baseball cooperating. There's the word. He was cooperating with the Major League Baseball investigation. I'm interested to see what happens. We'll probably have a show just on the pitching staff, and that'll go heavy into Trevor. We might even do a whole show on Trevor when there's more news. If you're not aware, you've been under a rock, but Trevor Bauer wins the Cy Young Award, signs a 3-year deal. This is starting a year 2 with the Dodgers. Suspended all last year because of allegations of some pretty ugly stuff, sexual abuse stuff. Never gets charged. Everything I've read, and there is a lot of information out there if you look, everything I've read is it was the girl. I'm sorry. We'll talk about it at length another time, but there's evidence out there that the girl was trying to entrap him. She's a Padres fan. She worked for the Padres pod squad or whatever they call it. She actually told a girlfriend, I'm going to get him and all these things. So all of this, if you haven't already seen it, you should have if you care, but most people aren't diving that deep, but it's out there. The Pasadena PD did not choose to press charges, but Major League Baseball can and has every right to, at least with the earlier CBA. We have a new CBA now, collective bargaining agreement between the Players Association and Major League Baseball. Hey, Francisco, what's going on, buddy? They had every right in the former CBA to suspend him just for an allegation, which I find a little nuts. So I have a very strong opinion on what's going to happen here, but let's see if it plays out. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think if Major League Baseball suspends him, Bauer's going to sue the heck out of MLB and maybe even the Dodgers, and he'll win. Probably. The probably becomes the CBA allowed for the Major League Baseball to absolutely suspend him, even though there's no actual arrest or anything like that. And I don't know what the new CBA says. I don't know if anybody does, frankly. I mean, I haven't read it yet. I mean, I'll find it at some point. So I think with the collective bargaining agreement changing, who knows what power they have. I will say this, Bauer and Manfred, not friends. Manfred, the commissioner, and Bauer, the accused, I guess. no love lost. Very public hatred there, at least from Bauer's side. So I don't know. I think that Bauer is going to come out a winner on this one. We shall see. Didn't expect to talk about that too much. How many doing on the clock? Ooh, we're at 20 minutes. So I'm only going to go another 5 or 10, guys, because I'm going over to NFL Inside the Huddle over on Pete McDevitt's channel. Please go check out Pete McDevitt's channel. We're going to talk NFL football. Excuse me, tonight. Lots of Brady news, lots of Chargers news, Cowboys news, Von Miller signs, so much. So our rules change for overtime. I don't even know if we're going to get to all the information. There's so much. So please go check that out and then come on back. That show's going to go an hour and a half or so. Then I'll be back here. We're going to talk about, do ball players get paid too much? Let me get caught up in chat. Maryville is a war zone. I've only been to a couple of games. And again, it's been a decade since I've been out, more than that, I guess, probably 12 years, 13 years since I've been out to a game in Arizona spring training. Have been to Milwaukee a couple times. Didn't like the stadium, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if they've upgraded it since. Was not my favorite place to hang. My friends were Padres fans. I lived in the San Diego area, so we would often stay in and go to mostly Padres games just because they were Padres fans anyway. But once the Dodgers got out there in Glendale, of course I made them go out there. We used to go out to Surprise too, which is interesting because that was before I lived here and now I live in Texas. But that we like that one a lot. We go to Scottsdale sometimes because boy, were there some nice restaurants and beautiful people out there. Always hated the Giants, but it was fun to go do that. But Maryville, I'll be honest with you, not my favorite place. We'd go to the Cubby one too, but Maryville is probably the worst stadium out there in the Cactus League. I always have hope for my Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, you're tied for first place right now. I would say by the end of the first series of the season, that's probably unlikely, my friend, but you know, hope springs eternal until opening day is over. I've got a good friend who's a Pirates fan, and he likes talking about the 70s and the 80s Pirates a lot more than the current. I saw your boy Kutch just moved on. Obviously, he wasn't with the Pirates most recently, but he was a star with your Pirates. I always had a soft spot for the Pirates. One of my best friends back in high school was a big Roberto Clemente fan. We actually went out to the National Baseball Card Convention when we graduated high school together, and he picked up a Roberto Clemente rookie card, and I was standing there watching him when he bought it. It was fun. Mookie is one of my favorite players to watch play. He is so good. My buddy Mark Brown, member of the channel. So glad you're here, buddy. Yes, I think the joy of the game oozes out of that guy. His arm in right field is something that's just beautiful to watch. I'm a big fan of big outfield arms. Well, infield arms too. Always love to watch somebody just throw that rocket. I'm thinking of Ichiro Suzuki, Ellis Valentine, Dave Winfield. I grew up in San Diego watching Dave Winfield throw rockets. Yasiel Puig more recently. Ramon Laureano with the unbelievable highlight film throw from the fence to first base a couple years back. I would put Mookie Betts up against anybody. What a cannon. Great base runner. Can hit for power, can hit for average, and I'm not a bowler, but he can even bowl really good, so that's pretty fun. Francisco saying hi to everybody. Go Dodgers. That's right, buddy. And hello to you, my friend. Are you as excited about me about that lineup? Look at that lineup. Oh, my goodness. Valhalla throwing out there. Do you think the league is being fair to Bauer at this point? Make a decision that's not fair to the Dodgers or Bauer. I think that I feel like one of the only people on an island that will still say I'm a fan of Trevor Bauer. I think he's getting screwed. I think that it's going to be so easy for people who have my opinion and articulate it to get attacked. But here's my I don't care face. I think Bauer is getting screwed. I think he's getting screwed by the public, by public sentiment, by the young lady, by the Dodgers, by the commissioner's office. Ooh, it's starting to rain outside. Fort Worth, California. Fort Worth, Texas, getting a little rain. Fort Worth, California. Where did that come from? I need some coffee. Huh. Anyway, I think he's getting screwed. What about you, Valhalla? I'd be interested. Valhalla, we should have a dual show sometime. I mean, Dodger fan on Dodger fan. We could do one over there and one over here or something. I'd love to do it if you want to. Anyway, I think he's getting screwed. I think that what happened was a bad timing socially, social media wise, politically. I also think that Trevor Bauer is not the kind of guy who's trying to make friends all the time, which is interesting because he's got his own YouTube channel. He's got a huge following on social media. I find him very engaging and fun. I think he's great on the field. I like his attitude towards let the kids play. I think his attitude on the field and about baseball is a lot like mine. Now, he clearly likes some things in his private life that I'm not into. And I feel bad that I even know about those things. I feel bad that it's been out there in the public. But I am I don't care what you do. Now, physical violence is a different thing. And clearly the story was ugly. But when you see the precursor and what the girl said, and what the girl did, what she said she was going to do, and what actually happened, it's entrapment, man. I'm sorry. And anybody who doesn't think that, I would like to ask them if they've read the information that's out there. Trevor Bauer is and his people have been trying to get the judge to make her release some of the things that they know about that aren't out there in the public. The stuff that's out there is bad enough, in my opinion. So anyway, long story short, Valhalla, I think he's getting screwed. And I feel like I might be the only person out there saying it. I mean, I don't have that big of a voice. I just got a little tiny YouTube channel, but I don't read it in the national media. I don't listen to that on the radio. I don't hear it much anywhere because I think people are afraid of getting attacked. It is what it is. I think he's being unjustly, what's the right word? Unjustly judged when the information that is out there makes it look real bad for her side, but they're only talking about the one side, not the other. Long answer. Sorry, that was long-winded, but I've got a strong opinion on that. Movie Nick saying hi to Francisco. Maryville has been upgraded. Okay, there you go, Nico. How's it? Good. It's still not great, but it's the cheapest ticket you can buy. I do remember it was cheaper. I do remember when we'd go out there for like a week or 5 days or whatever, we'd often plan it out. I was never the planner. I was always the, okay, just tell me where I'm going guy. But I do remember it was the budget place to go on occasion. I think we went out there maybe two times. And again, we went there, figure 3 to 5 days, depending on the year, for maybe 10 or 12 years in a row. I'm not really sure about that. But it's been a while. Let's see. I'm going to check my text from my wife real fast. Make sure. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'll even show you guys here. Let me unshare this. My wife is on the road. Check out that picture from beautiful Texas. I love it. Yeah, it's bright, shiny in my backyard, but I can see scary clouds, and my window is wet from the rain. So it is what it is. All right, so my name is Jeff Bates. Dole Whip is this channel. That was a discussion about the Dodgers lineup, how potent it is. Also, we talked a little bit about the Trevor Bauer situation. We're going to be talking baseball a lot on this channel. Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights is the plan. Friday nights, I usually do family stuff, but we'll see. When I'm not doing some family stuff, we'll do it here. During the season, we'll have watch parties. It won't be play-by-play. Frankly, Valhalla in the house. If you're still here, buddy, he's the man to go to for the play-by-play. We'll just be watching the game, having a good time. Of course, I'll talk about, hey, belly goes deep. I'll say those kinds of things, but it won't be strictly play-by-play. Lots of my friends do that. Pete McDevitt does a little bit of that. Valhalla does it specifically for my Dodgers. I'm assuming you're doing that this year, buddy. If I'm not, let me know. But I highly recommend you check him out. Fun guy. But anyway, we'll be doing that every night. We'll be doing some Ranger games too, but I'll just be hanging out talking baseball. We'll talk world events. We'll just talk and have a good time. It'll be like hanging out at the bar without the bar. That's my plan. Hey, Joseph, what's going on, buddy? Long time no see. I'm glad you're having a great day. Trevor prosecuted before evidence has proof. Yeah, he was, Mark. He was, And again, I know when people ask the question, I don't want to piss anybody off, but if it makes you mad, I would say educate yourself, because I think he's getting screwed. Yep to the Dodgers going live. So there you go. So guys, if you want the play-by-play experience, cool graphics, all that stuff, really, I've got two, good friends. Pete, I know personally. Valhalla, I know from YouTube, but maybe we'll meet up for a game someday. But they both do a great job, and there's other channels out there that do a great job too. But these guys are guys that I can vouch for. Pete McDevitt goes live. He does all kinds of different games. He doesn't stick with one team. Valhalla does a lot of stuff, but he does a lot of Dodge. I can't point the right way. There you go. He does a lot of Dodger stuff. Make sure you check it out if you want the live stuff. But again, if you want just Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, maybe Friday nights, talking about the ball game, going around I'll go from game to game, a watch party kind of style thing. We'll be doing a lot of that on my channel this year. I got to up my graphics to catch up to Valhalla. We'll see if I can pull that off. I feel like I missed something. Yeah, Trevor prosecuted before evidence. You know, so I've got a lot of friends who are big Padres fans, and they were really wanting to, we're enjoying the fact that we lost our big pitcher, right? And like he's our big pitcher anyway, it wasn't. But anyway, and so they were really excited about the Trevor Bauer not being able to pitch thing. The more facts that came out, the less they wanted to talk about it, because the facts, I was saying very early on, because the articles came out pretty fast, that he wasn't going to get arrested for nothing. The girl tweeted, I'm sorry, not tweeted, I apologize, text to her friend exactly what her plan was. And then that's exactly what happened. And she said, I'm going to get this guy. And there's more. And I've read plenty that's not been confirmed that I will not share because I don't want to be that guy. But Trevor's getting screwed. And I bet when the facts come out, no one will say, oops, I'm sorry. When the facts come out, no one will say, oops, we were wrong. They'll just continue to prosecute him in the world of public opinion. And, you know, I might buy a Trevor Bauer sweatshirt just to be that guy. I'm not saying you can hit a girl. That is not what I'm saying. I've never said that. It's never okay. I got 4 daughters. I got 2 granddaughters. I will punch you in your face. Put a hand on anybody, frankly, but especially a young lady. But that's not what happened. That's not. You need to read the whole thing, peeps. Nico the Greco says, my buddy lives in Mansfield. Mansfield? Like by me, Mansfield? He just made me a really cool American flag, my kind of guy. Let me know if you want info. I do, Nico. I do. I'm nearby in Mansfield, and I love me America. Love me. Actually, I got to work on I've got my Adventureland thing right there for my Disney stuff, but obviously I'm pivoting a little bit. Just throwing crap back there. See what sticks. I should probably go. We went over 30 minutes. Not that that's the rule or nothing, but I've got a show in 25 minutes over on the Pete McDevitt channel. We're going to talk football, inside the huddle, lots of news, Tom Brady being amongst them. Let's go. Tom Brady's back. So much more. My Chargers and my Cowboys, big news on those fronts, including today. Cowboys just signed a defensive end. We just cut Lyle Collins today. Chargers have been very active, picking up free agents, including a stud cornerback. I think we got a lineman today earlier, pretty sure. It's going to be a lot of fun. Inside the Huddle over on the Pete McDevitt channel. We'll be doing that. And then tonight, I will be back on my channel. Are players getting paid too much? Do athletes get paid too much? I have my opinion, and then I have some data. And we will talk about, do players get paid too much, or are the owners actually holding back most of the profits for them dang selves? I bet you if you've been here for even 10 minutes, you know how I feel, but I will prove my case if you'll let me tonight after Inside the Huddle. We'll be back on this channel after that, but Inside the Huddle is over on Pete McDevitt's channel. I think that's it. Mark, thanks for being a member of the channel. Who else? A bunch of members. Francisco's a member of the channel. There's a couple other members of the channel here earlier. Mark, thank you for the super chat earlier. If you're first time here or you've been a long time veteran, I appreciate every single one of you spending a little bit of your time with me. Check out Valhalla, by the way. I've said it a few times, but please check out Valhalla. Good guy, great content. If you like sports, you're going to like that. Before you do that, or after you do that, go over to Pete McDevitt's channel. We'll be live here in about 20 minutes or so, and then come back to my channel in a couple hours. Do athletes get paid too much? Is Freddie Freeman richer than he should be, or are the owners actually screwing the ball players? I'll give you my opinion, and I will try to prove it to the best of my ability. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun, storm the castle. Opening day is just around the corner. Amen to that. Love you. See you soon.